Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we are going to be going over 10 books that I want to finish before the end of 2025, so 10 before the end. I am very interested to see how the rest of the year will go. We have 11 days left in October. It is the 20th as I'm filming this, and obviously then the last 2 months of the year. So this might be ambitious because I'm also kind of in the middle of a lot of other books right now, and there's progress that I want to make on some other series. But these 10 books are either books that were on my 25 to read in 2025, or books that I want to read for the season, or some books that have just been on my TBR for a while and I keep going like, oh, I'm going to read that later, and I just don't ever reach for it. It's one of those things where it's like, I want to read the book so bad, but I'm not. And I need to make some progress. Let me go get my reading journal with my 25 in 2025 so I can see if any of these are on it. Upon first inspection, there's definitely books on here that are on my list right now. So that's encouraging. Let's just get right on into this. I don't have any specific order. I'm just gonna kind of go over them, how they're stacked. I'm just gonna pick one up and get into it. First book is The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. I have not read a Kristen Hanna book yet, and I've been itching to. But whenever I'm in the mood, I want to start a Kristen Hanna book. Because it's like, you definitely want to be in a mood for like emotional damage. When I am in the mood for it and I'm like, I think like now's the time, it's like I'm still in the middle of another book, and by the time that book gets done, I'm like, I'm not really in the mood for it as much, so I don't pick it up. But this is heavily on my radar. It's also my October TBR, but it's heavily on my radar for picking it up sooner than later. I think that going into November, December, this will be a really good book for it. I don't know why this book just gives me winter vibes, like fall, winter vibes. I don't know when it takes place. I know it's obviously during World War II, but I don't know the time frame of this and if it's during a specific season. And I need to get through this year and read at least one Kristen Hanna book, and this is the one I want to start with. Fingers crossed that I actually get to this one, because I also have 4 Kristen Hanna books on my TBR, and obviously I haven't read any of them, and I really want to. I would be surprised if I didn't pick this one up. Another book, which I say this every video, and I'm not really gonna go super into depth with it. When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. I have been wanting to read this book for over a year. It has just intimidated me so unbelievably much that I just keep putting it off. And this is also on my October TBR, but I was always, even when during that video, I was like, this is the one book I'm definitely not going to pick up if there's one book, just because it's like long and it is intimidating. At this point in time, I've only finished one book this month anyway. It's not because I haven't been reading, but it's because I haven't been able to like fully commit to a book and actually get through it. I've started a lot of them and gotten pretty far in and just haven't finished. So that's something I'm working on. But that being said, like, I know that when I pick this up, like, I'm going to have to pick it up and just commit. Like, I need focus, all my brain power just to get through the first, I don't even know how many pages, like few hundred, I think, because it is very intense, a lot of world building. There's a glossary, a name guide, like there's a lot. The main saving grace though too about this book is one, dragons. Actually, there's a few. Dragons, I've heard amazing things. The second book comes out, I believe, in like February or something like that. And then also it's on Kindle Unlimited, so I can read it on there and not hold this chunker of a book. So this is the second book that is hopefully gonna finally be read, because I do keep putting this off, and it's not even like unintentionally, like it's very intentional. Mate by Ali Hazelwood. This is the most recent addition to my TBR, and this is one of the books I started. I got to page 14, so I didn't even finish the first chapter, but I know I'm gonna be able to finish this. It is not even a long book. I love Ali Hazelwood's writing. I really enjoyed Bride. The reviews of Bride are you either love it or you hate it, and I really enjoyed it. I didn't love it, like it's not my favorite Ali Hazelwood book. Like, I know a lot of other people that love it, but I had a great time reading it, and I have a great time reading all of her books, if I'm being honest. I just love her writing, and I read them so quickly, and I just get invested, and It's so easy to follow. Anyway, I need to get into this one. I don't really know anything about it though, I can't lie. The only thing I got is that the female main character is half wolf. I'm not sure if the couple from the last book is going to be making an appearance in this book, but I know it's in the same world, so that's about where we're at with this. The Favorites by Lane Fargo. This was also a recent purchase. I got it on Amazon, I believe. No, I got this at a Barnes & Noble once they came out with paperback. I, again, have really been wanting to pick this book up, and I haven't, just because I didn't have the physical copy. I didn't want the hardback. I wanted a paperback, and then I knew that was coming out in September, and I also I didn't get the ebook for it until I bought this, that my ebook hold came through from Libby. So I haven't really been presented with the opportunity to read it unless I wanted to buy it on Kindle or the hardcover, which I obviously did not. So again, I picked this up. I've heard it's like drama. It is a dramatic figure skating. I don't even know if it's like a story or it's just kind of like a character study almost, I think is kind of the vibe that I've gotten. I know that there's some interview elements in it as well. Everyone that reads this just is absolutely obsessed with it. I also think it's pretty toxic, and I don't know. I don't know anything else about it, and I don't really want to know anything else about it. It is something that I've had my eye on for quite literally almost the whole year, like since it was released. And I don't even know when it was released, like February or something, but I've had my eye on this book for many months now, and I want to pick it up as soon as I can. The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year by Allie Carter. This came out last year, and I heard it was really like a fun time. I honestly don't even remember anything about it. I think it's a rom-com twist in this rivals to lovers Christmas romance mystery. Knives Out gets a rom-com. Okay, so yeah, and I got this book for so cheap. I got it for $8 it was a bargain in the bargain section at a bookstore that I went to, and I was like, I want to pick it up because I wanted to read it last year, and then I never did, and I didn't buy it, but now I got a hold of it, so I'm totally reading this during December at some point, and this is a must. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Like if I'm reading this, it's in December. Period. The sixth book that I really want to pick up by the end of the year is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. It will have been going on 2 years, starting like early next spring, that I've had this book and haven't picked it up, and I only hear good things about it, and I want to know what the hype is. I also have heard that it actually is very fall-like. I think it takes place in the fall, which is nice because this gives very spring vibes to me. It's not the kind of fantasy that I typically reach for, so it is a little bit out of my comfort zone. I just really want to give it a try, and this is another one I keep saying, like, I'm gonna pick this up like this season, whatever. I never do. So, and then I actually recently found out that it actually takes place in the fall, so maybe it's time. Basically, the only thing I know about this is Emily Wilde goes kind of on like a hunt or a quest or whatever. She's trying to write her Encyclopedia of Fairies, and there is, I think, her academic rival, Wendell, I believe is his name. He's somehow there and involved, and I don't know. So I guess like it's just like cozy fantasy, but I'm interested. I'm very intrigued to know more. And this one is a short book, so it's not even like 350 pages. So I feel like I would be able to theoretically get through this book pretty quickly. Just one of those that I haven't picked up yet. Another short book on my radar is Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater. I have been so intrigued in this book and this whole series and wanting to read this book so bad. I think I bought this book from Prime Day back in like July. I was wanting to reach for it, and then I reach for something else because there's something like a little bit more that I want to read. I don't know why I don't just read this, because it's not even 300 pages. So I could theoretically read this in like a day and be done with it, but I'm always like, I just want to read something a little bit more, but I really want to read this, and this does give cozy vibes. I was like, this I could totally read during the spring and summer, because it is, let's see, it's courting season. Like that's, I'm pretty sure, during the summer, but I mean, it's fantasy, and I I love a good fantasy in the fall and winter, and it's not like an intense, like high stakes fantasy, but it just still will be a cozy read, I believe. So I want to get to this. I've been so intrigued. I've been hearing about it for years, and I just have never actually started it. So I need to rectify that situation. Wildcard by Elsie Silver. This book obviously just came out at the beginning of September. I think it was maybe the beginning of September, maybe mid-September. I honestly don't know. It doesn't matter. This is the last book in the Rose Hill series, and I've eaten up this entire series. I've given them all, I believe it was 4 stars for the first one, and then 5 stars and 5 stars. And I've also heard really amazing things about this one. It's just, you know, another great Elsie Silver book. Also, I love that they're doing this, like the deluxe special, like the Barnes special editions. They have, like, the last one too has this, but the first 2 don't. They don't have them. And it makes me sad because Wild Eyes was like one of my favorite romances of all time, and I don't even get the art that goes with it. But this is the 4th book in the Rose Hill series. Ex-boyfriend's father is the trope, which I've never read before, but we have gotten a little peek at the main characters in this book from previous books. So we've obviously been introduced to them, and it's an Elsie Silver book. Like, I know I could read this so quickly, and I probably will. It's just when I want to pick it up is the problem. But I'm excited to pick this up too, because then I am finishing a series, which would be amazing because I have started way too many, and I need to get, and I started another one recently. Yeah, I started one recently. I've just read Butcher and Blackbird, and then I know I've started a couple others, and I'm also about to start some more, but the ones that I am planning to start are not, like, it's the only book out for the series. So, you know, then I would be automatically caught up. It would be really great to check off another series that I've completed. I realize now the nice thing is most of these books are like standalones, or again, like I'm completing that series. Well, I guess I have, I guess actually now that I think about it, they're not. Just disregard that. The Academy by Ellen Hildebrand and Shelby Cunningham. I don't really know, actually. I haven't heard anyone talk about this. I've seen a couple people on Goodreads review it, but I don't even know what they were. Like, I don't think they wrote anything, so I didn't really know anything about this book. But obviously, I mean, it's an Ellen Hildebrand. There's going to be drama, there's going to be gossip, there's going to be a lot of POVs, and I don't know. I'm excited. It says, secrets, rumors, and dangerous liaisons at an elite New England boarding school. They come with the territory. Bestselling author Ellen Hildebrand teams up with her daughter Shelby Cunningham to deliver a fresh and buzzy look behind ivy-covered walls. So, yeah, and I mean, this is like, I gotta read it in fall. Look at the cover, you know? Like, that's screaming fall. And I love an Ellen Hildebrand book. I really do. And it'll be interesting to be reading a book that takes place at a completely different environment than all of her Nantucket books, which I've obviously loved a lot of those as well. I think this will be a really good just fiction option. I've been kind of into reading just a general fiction book lately. This is another book that is on my radar, and I honestly did kind of forget that I had this book just because, I don't know, I just did. I honestly did. And then I was like, wait, I saw this. I was like, wait, I really do want to read this sooner than later. So hopefully I can pick this up at some point in the fall as well. The last book that I really want to pick up before the end of the year is The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. I know that this would probably be a summary book to read because it takes place at a summer camp, but I just am so intrigued. It is a mystery. Even now, it theoretically could be a really good time to read it. I'm like thinking about all these books that I want to read before Halloween. Halloween's in 10 days. Like, pretty much 10 days. Like, today's almost over. Like, Halloween is in 10 days. I cannot read 12 books. Like, no, it's just not happening. I don't know what's going on in my brain. That's beside the point. I really want to pick this up. It is like kids that have gone missing at a summer camp, I believe. Yeah, one from August 1975 and then one current timeline, I believe. I think they're just trying to solve that mystery. It's like the family's camp, and I believe it's the children of that family. So they're related, and I don't know anything else about it. This is another book that I've been wanting to read since it came out, and I just haven't. I didn't even get the book actually until this past August. So I haven't had it that long, but it's one that I've wanted to read forever, and I finally have it, and I need to just pick it up. One final book, this is an honorary mention because it's not exactly a full book. Fearful, the novella by Lauren Roberts. This book is obviously not long. I don't even know if it's 200 pages. Okay, it's just over 200 pages. This is a novella, but this would also round out the Powerless series for me. I actually went to her book event, like Lauren Roberts' book event, when she released this novella and signed and everything, and it was super fun. But I do want to read this book. It would be great to finish out another series for the year. Really quick before I leave, let's just go over the books that I have left to read. So from this video that I showed you, the 10 before the end, I have The Favorites, The Nightingale, When the Moon Hatched. Those might be it, actually. Those might be the only books that I have on here from this pile. Then the other books are Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna, which is probably not happening, Light Lark, Dance of Thieves, which I almost put both of those on this list as well, but I didn't. And then Night in the Moth, and Binding 13, and Deep End by Allie Hazelwood, and Play Along by Liz Tomford, but I haven't even read Caught Up yet. I thought I would have by now, but haven't. So that is the end of today's video. Comment down below the little fairy emoji if you've made it this far in the video, and subscribe if you like bookish content. I'm typically posting about once a week right now, sometimes more, sometimes less, depending on how busy I am. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.